In a tunesbyblog.com.
Papi, why you coming for you breathing like that?
My daughter. Hey, my daughter, yeah. The old people can say that curiosity kill a cow. What your no problem again?
Papi, I really don't have problem. But the way you breathing, say, it's like you running somewhere.
My daughter, ha yaka. If I give you the little G's, you yourself will be running to the same player running. So you just hold it there.
Papi, Papi, play on me now, lay on me. You know I your daughter too now.
My daughter, guess what? I had to run away from Wego. Ha yaka. Tuesday and Thursday, they got one show in town, they call it Logan's Hour. Man, that boy can talk the thing that are happening in Indiana. Even when you steal, even you doing wrong thing, the boy will talk it. You doing the right thing, the boy will praise you.
For real, Papi? No, that kind of thing, 1 year or 10 years.
My daughter, I'm telling you, let me tell you now, Logan's Hour come on every Tuesday and Thursday, 6 o'clock p.m. And when you want to watch Logan Hour, you gotta be on time, or else you watch the show after the show. But guess what?
What, Papi?
Just go to Facebook and subscribe to Logan Hour. You go to YouTube, you subscribe to Logan Hour. Anytime Logan Hour coming on, you will get notification. That the notification made me running at the door, my daughter, because I won't be laying back in my living room, man, and get ready to call on that show.
Papi, thank you so much for the information. But I see Tommy walking, coming it out. I don't know if I ate his looking at too. Oh, Tommy! Tommy!
Oh, what's that? What you calling my name like that for? What you calling my name like that for? Take your time and you get. I'm watching my Looking Hour. Don't that distract me, yo. Wait now. If you ain't got what to do right now, we're already enjoying ourselves. You better get involved with the fries, girl. Tommy! So today, Papi was telling me that something? I want to look for Looking Hour, yeah. Papi, thank you. Thank you for telling me about Looking Hour.
My daughter, that ain't there. Don't say I'll tell you. Bye.
In a tunesbyblog.com.
Papi, why you coming for you breathing like that?
My daughter. Hey, my daughter, yeah. The old people can say that curiosity kill a cow. What your no problem again?
Papi, I really don't have problem. But the way you breathing, say, it's like you running somewhere.
My daughter, ha yaka. If I give you the little G's, you yourself will be running to the same player running. So you just hold it there.
Papi, Papi, play on me now, lay on me. You know I your daughter too now.
My daughter, guess what? I had to run away from Wego. Ha yaka. Tuesday and Thursday, they got one show in town, they call it Logan's Hour. Man, that boy can talk the thing that are happening in Indiana. Even when you steal, even you doing wrong thing, the boy will talk it. You doing the right thing, the boy will praise you.
For real, Papi? No, that kind of thing, 1 year or 10 years.
My daughter, I'm telling you, let me tell you now, Logan's Hour come on every Tuesday and Thursday, 6 o'clock p.m. And when you want to watch Logan Hour, you gotta be on time, or else you watch the show after the show. But guess what?
What, Papi?
He said, just go to Facebook and subscribe to Logan Hour. You go to YouTube, you subscribe to Logan Hour. Anytime Logan Hour coming on, you will get notification. That the notification made me running at the door, my daughter, because I won't be laying back in my living room, man, and get ready to call on that show.
All right. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending on which part of the world you are. Welcome to another great edition of the Logan's Hour. Today promised to be a very great edition as always. Some of you who has followed the Logan Hours for some time, you know what time is it when it comes to the Logan Hour. So stick and still, don't go away. We are here to serve you, and today is one of those days that we are here to serve you. So hold on, let me make sure I'm clear. Today is one of those days. I am clear. You know, we are here back ready to go. So let me reduce this microphone here. I think it's closer to my mouth, and when it's closer to my mouth, I get too much time. All right. So today again is one of those days that we are here to talk about issues of major concerns, and specifically, you know, today is a motivational hour. Some of you who has followed the Logan Hour on Tuesday, you know, do motivation. But and when some other things come in the way, we don't shy away. We go into those things and talk about them. But today we want to talk more about motivations, and we'll also come back and talk about what we talked about on last Thursday in the Liberian community. And I know it went well with a lot of people, but yet and still we have to talk about it. We have to talk about national issues. We have to talk about local issues. So there are so many. Sorry for that. Just trying some other new things that this platform and the software provider have offered. So they offer you a way where you can design your image whatever way you want it. So kudos to them. We are excited for that. All right. So before we go any further, we want to use this time to say happy birthday to all of those who born in the month of October. Specifically, I want to use this time to say a very big happy birthday to my my Rebecca McGill. Today is your birthday. As you celebrate your birthday today, I want to say happy birthday to you. I saw you on your Facebook Live. You were doing your leg bassa dance, and I like that. I like you because you are so kind spirited person, and I really want to say I wish you God's blessing. I pray that the Almighty God continue to shower His blessing upon your life. So, my Rebecca McGill, they are the Bassa people queen, the queen of the Bassa Association of Indiana. Today she celebrates her birthday. Today she turns 1 year. Yeah. So, my Rebecca, I want to say happy birthday to you. And enjoy your day. Enjoy your day. Today, you know, on your birthday, remember that the day you were born. So there are two important dates in a man's life: the day the man was born and the day the man discovered when he was born. So those days are so important. So as you celebrate today, don't take it lightly. Celebrate to the fullest, because you know life is not a promise that you'll live forever. Tomorrow you will be out of here. So enjoy yourself. And I also want to use this time to say a very big happy birthday to the former president of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Honorable George Wekube Tape Manawia. I know former president, you served the Liberian people, you served them whatever way you felt were best for you, and you and I had some personal relationship. I played for your team before, the Good Guys, and we have our own little differences, but on this day, on your birthday, on October 1, as you celebrated, I want to say happy birthday to you, Mr. Former President. And October 13 is one of those days that's coming up, and that's someone so dear to me, celebrating his birthday, and he's no one else but Mas Yukon J. Bashir Logan. Um, that's my second son, and he will be celebrating his birthday on October 13. And all of you are invited as well. And today is the birthday of my dear big brother and friend, Mr. Otis Yanin. And I know some of you don't know Otis Yanin, but Otis Yanin, he has been the best volleyball player in Liberia for some time now. He and Papi, and he has represented Liberia in the volleyball national league in Morocco, beach volleyball as well. And today he celebrates his birthday, and he's a personal big brother to me. He's one of those people who, when life hit rock balance, he was there to keep me floating. And on this his day, I want to use this time to say to you, my dear big brother Otis Yane, may the Almighty God bless you, strengthen you, and the good that you showered to me before, don't stop it. Don't stop it. Every good you do, like you're saving money in the Euro Bank, one day those good will come back to you. So Otis Yane, as you celebrate your birthday today, keep on being a good man, and you are a good guy. I know from what we have passed through, my past experience with you, keep on being good. All right. To all of you following us, I want to say thank you for joining us. And those of you who will follow us later, we also want to say thank you. And those of you who can be there spying us secretly, we also want to say thank you for spying. And those spying as well help us to become good. And those of you who do the negative criticism, we want to appreciate you too, because those negative criticism are all important for this platform. And we take those criticism into good faith, and we go and look into it of the issues, some of those things that you talk about that we believe do not make sense, we trash them. The one that makes sense, we use it. But we need all of those constructive negative criticism to criticize us. We expect people to criticize us. We really expect to be every day people will hear our praises. We are not infallible. We are all human. So we want to say to you who criticize us, thank you for criticizing us. Because of the criticism, we are becoming good by the day. And those of you who rain showers on us, who praise us, and whether we good or we bad, we also want to say thank you too, because you also help to make our ego to grow. We believe that we are up there, and whether we are not up there yet, but we want to say thank you, everybody who watching, commenting, what a positive, what a negative. We want to say thank you for always commenting. Those of you who watch the show after the show, you are the real deal, man. We want to say thank you, because leaving your basic schedule to click on the show, to follow some of the things to talk here. I know sometimes I can be in a P in a ASS. I don't know that word. I just use it. Sometimes I can be a P in a ASS. So bear with me. That's how I look. God made my head so big, I can feel anybody muscles. Because I feel before you swallow me, I'm going to choke you so I can just talk. Because if you decide to swallow me, you're going to be going through a difficult time. So that's why sometimes I talk. And two, I found a whole army. I have a family with just my brother and sisters. We are about tech team. So if you're fighting me, you're fighting your army. So some of the things that give me courage and make me brave enough to know that I have a family, a whole army standing behind me to fight. So I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna make the beat more when they come. I'm gonna call my group to kind of fight. So about the beat more I give this time, because I know I have an army behind me who want to fight with me. So they don't we are the Logans, and other people say we are Chinese. Everywhere you see me, you see the rest of the group, because see my face is like you have seen the rest of my siblings. So that's how I look. So we want to say to all of you who joined us today, want to say thank you for joining us. Those of you who will join us later also want to say thank you. Those of you who do not watch this show at all, but you have heard about this show, want to say thank you because I leave you have it in your mind and you have it in your ear that there's a show around called the Logan's Hour, and the man who on that show, he's fearless and he really don't give a damn. That's true. I don't give up. I don't give a damn. Your opinion of me, it means nothing to me. I always in competition with myself. Period. So how you feel about me, how you don't feel about me, that's cool. I don't have problem. So sometimes when I come up here, I have one person watching, I have two people watching. It doesn't matter to me. I do what I have to do because that's what I came to do. So I'm not a guy where big numbers going to like, okay, say you have big numbers to go ahead with the show. Say you don't have big numbers, don't go ahead with the show. I don't. My goal here is to put a message in the cloud. That's my goal. My goal is not here to have the big numbers. But if the big numbers count, that's cool. I can money tax. I can get some money out of it. Yeah, I do. I have received some money out of it, to be honest. Yeah, I have received some money out of views and other people who comment on the show, or the people who send emojis or whatever. Yeah, I have received some money. That I have to be fair to that. But if people do not watch the show, it's not a problem as well. But I know later on people are going to watch the show. But my goal is to keep my message in the cloud. I have friends and loved ones who met me and talk about. I was surprised, and I was in Morocco and a lady met me and she talked about, you looked at somebody I've seen. I said, who, me? She said, yeah. You the Logan Hours, right? And I was shocked. I said, yes, I am. Other way I try to disguise myself, doing a little sabu, so poker, know what's up. But yeah, people know are there because remember now, I have some programs out there. I have some shows that have a pretty good view. If you go to the show with Henry Costa, myself, we are almost 8,000 view on that show. When you go to the show with Tiawan Gongolo, myself, we have some good numbers on there. If you go to the show with former Representative Vincent Willie and myself, we have some good number. You go to the show with Gregory Como and myself. So we have had some pretty good people on this program. So that's why sometimes when we come here, we speak of our conviction. We don't speak because we want to slander people. You see, one thing I always say to people when I come here, I know sometimes when I come here, people think that I'm a jack. Yeah, he going to talk shit today. He going to do this. He going to do that. No, my intention is not to talk things that I have no knowledge about. I want to talk things that I have absolute good understanding of. So that's why sometimes when I pick out a topic, I'm convicted about that topic because I have read extensively about that topic. So the other day on Thursday, I was here and we had a good show. On last Thursday, we had a pretty good show. And a lot of people reached out to me. Some people say, oh, you know what? The show was good, but I think what you guys talk about, that was also helpful, but we think you people should discuss that with the administration first before discussing it. And listen to me, I'm not a journalist. So some of you who think that, oh, he's a journalist, I'm not. Don't put me in that category for journalists. Journalists are those who went to school for journalism. I never did. I am a political commentator. I commentate whatever I see. Whatever you put to me, if I believe I have opinion in it, I talk about it. So I'm not a journalist. So do not put me in that category of being a journalist. A journalist, those who went to journalism school, who learned the ABC of journalism, which is accurate, balanced, and credible. So I do also know before I put information out, the information has to be accurate, it has to be balanced, it has to be credible. But do not call me a journalist. I'm not a journalist. I'm a political commentator like anybody else who have a platform and talk about issue that is so passionate about. That's the same role we play in this space. I know sometimes I talk about some of my personal friends who held positions before or who are currently serving in other capacities. Sometimes they get so angry. Like even currently in the Liberian Association, the Liberian community that I live in, I have friends who serve in those positions. Sometimes when I'm talking about them, I know they got issues. I know some of them want to talk about me. And my level, it is an open book. And I'm encouraging everyone who want to talk about me, talk about me. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about issues. If you have issues with me, want to talk, let's talk. I do not shy away from nothing. Absolutely nothing. I'm open. I'm the kind of a weird guy who, when you want to bring conversation with, we're gonna have a conversation, whether about me or not. I'm gonna have those conversations. I don't shy away. And I found that to be interesting, if you just get out and say, okay, I've been going to talk about Philly Logan, and I think that would be a good thing. Let's talk about Philly Logan today. So I like that. I like that. Honestly. Hold on just a second. Yeah. But I would love to say to all of my friends, those who hate me, those who love me. I know there's some girls that don't want to see the ground I walk on. But today's a motivational hour. And we'll also talk about some things that people don't like. And our prayers go to those who in the Middle East, Lebanon, Israel, and people from Pakistan, and all of the countries that are involved with war today. My prayers are with the families. Innocent children are being killed on a daily basis. This morning, there's some bombing that went on in Beirut, in London, and 9 people was killed in one of the hospitals. And the health minister of Lebanon said over 100 plus people have been killed since this attack started. So we want to say to those who fighting, those who supporting war, we have to come to a point where we all have to accept that war is not the answer. Sitting on the table is the answer. We have 14 years devastation in Liberia. Where are we today? Nowhere. Nowhere. All right, so let's talk about some issues here today. We have so many things to talk about. I have some of my friends that joining me here. I see Matthew Belwan. Matthew, what's up? William, welcome to the Logan's Hour. I see my dear brother and friend Ernest Samuels. Welcome again, Ernest Samuels. Joa Dolo, Joa K Dolo. Hey, Joa. Thank you for joining me today. I see my own dear sister, Angeline Messeler Brown. Angie, thank you. I see my son. I would not call my son because I don't know my children. Phil, Jeremiah, J Nation. They may causing trouble in Minnesota that they make him poor, but I don't fire they play. Well, listen to the man poor, but I literally like I say, yes, they've been ready. Jan Vulula as well, Titi, Sam, Precious Logan, Samuel, Richard Boya, Mario, everybody, and those of you who following on the YouTube, and those of you who follow me on my Looking Hours page, because I'm not on the Looking Hour page, I'm just looking at my phone right now and see who they're following. All right, so let's talk about why we are here today. And though we are here because of motivations, but we will also go first of all into all our related issues. Then when we come back, we're going to go straight into our motivational hour, because last week we want to summarcast some of what we say here, because we talk more about the Liberian Association of Indiana, and we made mention of the current court case that just ended between Mr. Robert C. Carey, Mr. Inisha George, and Mr. Julius K. Parker. And I think some people never like the way we discuss it. So we're going to come back here and throw some light on it. So if you know you have issue with that, you want to chip in, you have your own perspective of it, and you think you want to interpret it better than where we interpret it, we want to say, you can join us. So if we're going to take a short intro again. When we come back, we're going to go straight. So don't go away, sticking still. We want to be right back. All right, all right. So we are back again. We are back again. So we talked about so many things last week, and I know it know went well with some people, and I heard some misinterpretations to what we say here, and I saw one of my junior brother who was craving for my attention. Well, I ignored that because I felt at the time it wasn't necessary to go back and forth. If you know this is yellow, then somebody want to convince you that this is red, and you know exactly it's yellow. Why would you want to go into some business argument to talk about yellow or red? But let me give you the background of what we talked about here the other day. When we came up here the other day on Thursday, some of you who follow us here, we talk about basically the court case involving Mr. Robert C. Curie and Mr. Julius K. Parker and Enisha George both serve as defendant on that case. And when you look at the flyer that we posted, those of you who have seen the flyer, this was the flyer. And on this flyer, the flyer clearly indicate and explain to those who follow us that we were going to be discussing the court case. We never said on our platform or on any of our publications that we were going to be discussing the ruling from the court. That was misconception. That was not understanding the facts. We said we're going to be discussing the issues surrounding the case in court. So meaning we were to be discussing everything that has to do with the court. Everything that was said in the court. Everything including the ruling from the court. That's what we talk about. That's why we put out there. That was the information we disseminated to you. That if you join us on Thursday, Mr. Robert C. Curry will be our guest. And when Mr. Robert C. Curry joins us, these are these things we're going to be discussing. 1, 2, and 3. Trust me. A lot of people follow. People join, people follow, people later on commented, and people had their own perspective on how things went and how it should have been. And surprisingly, we have some of our big brothers and things in the community, some of them who have moved out of the community, they also call and share their light on what has been discussed. All right. Now, I understand how embarrassing it was. I understand how embarrassing currently it is for you to be coerced, manipulated, to pay dues, to attend meeting. We all knowing the facts. And now when you have people who come up here to explain to you the truth behind what have been going on, some of you who have lived in darkness for a long period. When I said darkness, literally, I mean they have fooled you for a long period. You don't want to believe the truth. All you want to believe is, okay, it's better for me to stay in the dark because I've been in the dark for some time. Why you want to take me out of the dark now? Because you have gotten accustomed to it. You have gotten so accustomed to it. So you believe that living in the dark is the best alternative. So in other words, they call it a Stockholm syndrome. You're used to that pain, so you believe that pain is the only way to life. And which, of course, that is not it. We said we're discussing the court case. Mr. Kerry came on the program. Mr. Kerry decided to talk about the entire court case. He wasn't talking about the judge ruling. He wasn't talking about the judge ruling. And I was surprised when my little junior brother then came out and talking about we read the document upside down and blah, 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 blah. You know, the other little junior brother, he never talk with all satisfying your ego and trying to make everybody think that he's the most smartest person in town here. But yet and stay, I believe He's one of those who is misconstruing. He's one of those who feeding the community with wrong information. Because listen, you have to be an angel. You have to try to be factual sometimes. You have to. Hold on, just a second. Just a second. All right, sorry for that little interruption. I have one little kitty nose here, keep calling me back to back. Hey, 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 hey. All right, all right, all right. Let's go back to it. Let's go back to it. When we're much smarter, they can say, let's go back to what we're discussing. So let's talk about it. We talk about the court case involving Mr. Parker, defendant Parker, and Mr. Inisha George. And as I stated here, I reached out. I did reach out to Mr. Parker. I wrote Mr. Parker. I wrote Mr. George, asking they are both to appear on separate terms. Mr. Inisha George responded that he received my letter, but he think the time wasn't that convenient for him because he needed to peruse the letter, which of course I understood. And some of the wordings used in his response, it clearly says that, well, I know you run a platform, but I don't think at this time I'm willing to come on. But he never said that in that way. I just trying to use my sociological imagination to interpret what he wrote. We also reached out to Mr. Parker. Mr. Parker, what he told us, Mr. Parker said, well, I have things to talk about. I have important things to look up, though. I have to look for justice for my son. And first of all, the case is frivolous. And he said all of those things. So we say, okay, Mr. Parker, wish you well. What do you want us to do? We reached out to Mr. Robert C. Carey. You see, not that sometimes I can be true in talk, but these are the things that get to me. The little kitty knows them. They received this information. They sat down on it, said nothing about it. Then when you get to talk about it, then they have a talking point. And that's disappointing. That's disappointing. And, one thing I can tell people in the town here, my mom never went to school, Claire. But she did well to send her children to school. And nobody will sit down here and convince any of my family members that red is blue. We will not take it. And I'm also here to help all of my old man and my papa and my whoever person in the Liberian community who do not have access to some of those documents. Whenever those documents are out, I will talk about it. I don't care how you want to get vest. You want to get blue. You want to get green. You want to get yellow. Your vestation mean nothing to me. Nothing. One thing about it is that I know every man will die one day. So I'm not afraid of that part of it. So I know how much I was born, I would die. So I don't care. But you getting vexed because people saying the truth, get vexed all you want. Go clear on Gibraltar Bridge and fall in the water. That would be so good for you. If you're so vexed that people talk to your demon God, then get vexed. I'm disappointed even in one of the prospective aspiring aspiring because he's not a candidate yet. Someone who's seeking for the highest seat in the Liberian community to also sit on the platform and fool the rest of the people who you want to lead. This is sad. This is so disappointing. This is so disappointing. You sit on a platform, you receive a document, and refuse to discuss the entire case, but go straight to the end of the case and say, okay, you know what happened? You know what? Say you stupid people, the only power come and discuss with you that they end of the case. How did we reach to the end? The old people say, don't look at where you stump your toes, but look at where you fall. That's why y'all want to look at where you fall, or we're going to go back to where we stump our toes and analyze it, how we came to this point. The court case have bits and pieces. We use our time to discuss it here. We went back to discuss all of the cases. And interestingly, who gave us talking point? Mr. Parker and Mr. Initial George. What was it? Mr. Parker and Mr. Initial George brought out a new revelation in the Labyrinth Association of Indiana Constitution that we are not privileged to. So that was a breaking news. Mr. Parker and Mr. George went and evoked an article or a page or a section in the Constitution that we don't have any clue of. Now they use that to exonerate themselves. Then how come when the rest of the other community members say, well, since the people use it one to exonerate themselves, it's interesting. We want to know about it. Then the little Mickey Mouse then came out and get vexed and said, oh, people hateful, people this. And in fact, fella looking on his show. Fella looking on his show because he wanted to talk about this thing to stir the community up. But people have been asked that one question. Oh. That fella Logan went to the court on May 23rd, 2011 to amend the article within the Labyrinth Association of Indiana Constitution? No. That fella Logan took the Constitution and grabbed Article 5, Section 4 that has to do with membership and tear that part up and put new part and share it with y'all. That fella Logan? No. This is the thing I always talk about. And when I talk about it, people think that, not even some of you with your small little Mickey Mouse then say, think that, oh, he hateful, oh, he want to divide the community. Why would you want to tread on lies? Why would you want to be deceitful? Why would the same people you live with, you call them your brother, you call them your sister, but you want to deceive them? You want to behave, you want you're so smart and the rest of the other people so stupid. How is that possible? And my other little brother sat on the program. He was one of those who held this constitutional committee during Rufus Tati administration and said nothing about the amended article and said nothing about the provision of their exhibits. Then you want people to trust you. You want people to take you serious. Nobody should take you people serious. Because you people should know better. You people should know one common commandment. That should not lie. If all of you can sit and lie, then it means all of you closer to stealing. Why would you sit in every second when somebody's birthday comes, you grab that person's message, you post it in the chat room. Oh, the person's birthday today. Oh, the person need help. Oh, you need to go here. Oh, you know all of the good things about the people. Then to tell the people the truth, you're deceiving them. Why would you want to deceive people in the first place? That wasn't my making. You should take to your platform and say, hey, guys, I understand they talk about these things, but let also echo these things because it is wrong that we have a constitution that have no Article 5, Section 4. And this Article 5, Section 4, it has become a revelation from this case, and that came from our president and the former board chairperson. It's worth discussing. How can we remedy these things? How can we talk about these things? The document we're talking about, was that manufactured by Mr. Philip Seyuga Augustine Othello Logan? No. It was you people. This is the document right here. Look at this document here. This is you who amended this portion of the Labyrinth Association of Indiana Constitution. You see that? Look at it good. You file this with the Secretary of State. The filing date is what? May 23rd, 2020. Let me say May 23rd, 2011. Article to the article of incorporation. That ain't there. And you turn around, you file the document 3:15 p.m. What does Section 4 say? Article 5, Section 4 say what? Membership is hereby amended. The corporation shall not have members. Then you come down here. The distribution of assets is hereby amended as upon the dissolution of the corporation, the board of directors shall what? After paying or making provision for the payment of all of the liabilities of the corporation, dispose of all its assets exclusively for the purposes of the corporation in such a manner or to such organization organized and operated exclusively for charitable, educational, religious, or scientific purposes, as shall at the time qualify as an exempt organization or organizations under Section 501c3 of the United States Internal Revenue Code or the corresponding section of any future. You see, this is the thing about it, right? I need to read all of these here because it makes no sense to me. I just try to make you with your small finger there who thinking that, oh, they think, hey, he won't divide the community. He was talking about it because he won't divide the community. Not me amend your constitution. Not me. You amended your own article. You went there, you told the Secretary of State that the organization here will have no members. You put it on your document. And by right, you even supposed to be going to have any kind of a form of election like what we usually have here. Going to have, you go campaign, you can't vote. No. You have no members to do that. So all that thing we've been doing here, the people been fooling all. The people have kept us in darkness. The first, see how deceitful these things is. There's some of you, I'm so listen. I don't want to let me cool myself and say before I can say something here. Somebody say, oh, you see, he caused a person here. This is one of the most deceptive things I've ever seen in a long period of time. How can these people, after 2011, after this amendment, come up with the very constitution they have to govern them and extracted the Article 5, Section 4 from in that document and give you a document to be carrying around or around, passing around here. Oh, we got constitution, but a page in there. They have Article 5, Section 4. They went there nicodemously and erased or tear it or amend or scratch or whatever way. They took out the Section 4. Now, when you go to the current constitution you have in your hand, you have Article 5, but no Section 4. How sad that is. How disingenuous that is. How devilish that is. Then when I sit down and talk about it, some of y'all think I'm the worst person, I'm the evil person. But you are the evil person. You should be ashamed of yourself to sit down and deceive your brothers and sisters in the name of community membership or community whatever. And if these things are not resolved, no member of a Liberian community should go and even pay dues. It makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. Nobody should go and pay dues. These things have to be resolved. You not know kind of an animal where they can just grab and put in one bear and say, you know, happy, let's go. No, you're not sheep. To follow a sheep head in front of you, you are not. You are one of the members of this community and you should be treated as such. If this organization is meant for Liberians residing in this part of the United States, that should be clearly understood to everybody. That should be clearly understood. If that provision was amended because they wanted to file for 501c3 status, that provision after that amendment, that identical portion should be explained to the rest of the community members. That's why I always mention on this platform that information dissemination is cardinal because of the time we live in. Let me break that down for my mind because you're watching. The sharing of information is very important and accurate information too. Because you can say there, people amend constitution, they took a specific portion that is so important to the existence of the organization for in the constitution and gave you that constitution and say, carry around, you stupid fool. Now we're passing around with that document, going to election, causing our brothers and sisters in town here in the name of we're going to vote because we want leader. Leaders who know that this portion that they extracted is very important for tomorrow's sake. Because tomorrow, one of the people that we're leading here, when they decide to rebel or go against our norms, we will exonerate ourselves. But we can't keep it in here because when we keep it in here, they will know. Something wrong with you? They all know low beginning can sit down on that platform and talk rubbish and thinking that they are so smart. Then they expect the rest of the other community members who, I don't want to say think that them because that'll be an insult, who listen to them to go with that foolishness they talk or they usually talk every time. How can someone discussing sensitive issues like amendment, one letter change is a serious problem? Then somebody took a whole constitution and amended a whole section. And the point of it is not just the amendment, though. If you amend, explain to the community, we amended this portion of it, time. But after the amendment, I had two secretary generals, or one past and one current, sat on this platform, not even two, I think three. And all three of them had zero knowledge about the amendment. Mr. Jeremiah Silly said, no, he was a parliamentarian. And legally, as a parliamentarian serving on this not-for-profit, he almost like a legal person. He had zero knowledge as to that amendment. And that amendment was done on Casa Dennis administration. We talk about it here. We show you the signature of the amendment. You see it? Casa M. Dennis. So Casa Dennis, who amended it in, Jeremiah had no knowledge. Come to Mr. Yan. Mr. Yan Volule served 2 terms as Secretary General. He had no knowledge of this amendment. Come to Mr. Robert C. Carey, who is the current Secretary General. He served and had no knowledge of this amendment. Now, when push comes to shove, Mr. Carey decided, well, I need to take an action because this, I feel my rights have been violated, and I feel that I have tried to talk to the board. I have tried to talk to other respected community members. I've seen that nobody want to hear me. Everybody see me to be the black sheep. I think the next thing to do is to use the court because the court serves as the final arbiter of justice. So let me take my thing to the court. Now, the provision in the Constitution that no one is knowledgeable about, when Robert Carey took a case to the court, that provision pop up. Pop! Now, the people use that thing in their Exhibit 1. Exhibit 1. They say, In the exhibit 1, they said, Mr. Josh, this is our document here. They say, this is a document we have here. Article 5, Section 4. Membership is hereby amended. The corporation shall have no members. Now the corporation have no members. Then we sit here. They want to frame it differently now. The other small finger then who can talk to the president and talk to somebody popping in the community. They say, oh, you know what happened? They think they're supposed to understand it better. In fact, it comes to teacher clear. We're not having no member, but we having stakeholders. You still sound dumb, but you think you're sounding smart. That's the thing about it. You sound as dumb as a K2 student. Then you think you're sounding so smart. You think you're so knowledgeable now. You have a document in your hands that they gave you. That document referred to you. And the document clearly explains to you the rights and privileges of a member. Now, you had a revelation that tells you you're not a member. Instead of you take that portion of it and we have some discussions, intellectualize it, go and fix the problem. Instead of you being accepting of your own problems, you're trying to be dismissive. You're trying to blame everybody as, oh, you see that? They don't let up. They hit up. And some of y'all, we see you now, go places, you're tired, you're feeling, you want to speak to all. Y'all can pay our rent, or you can pay our mortgage, or you can fee all. You can fee all. You're not doing nothing for all. To say hello, you want to say hello, fine. What you do for me? Speech not false. But one thing I owe you is I will always say hello to you. When I see you anyway, I'll say hello to you. I don't care how you see it. You want to say hello back, fine. But I will see you, I will say, hey, Mr. Susan, so hello. Brother, so hello. All right. Now I can call it what I God gave to me now. So I can see another God creation and tell you, say, I will not speak to you. I will speak to all God creation. But you guys have to be ashamed of yourself. If Mr. Parker cannot open this up for the discussion, if the bull, Mr. Vanny Camo, up the current, cannot say anything about it, he's tapped lip, I'm disappointed. I am disappointed. If this entire administration, after these things, cannot say nothing about it, I'm disappointed. And all of you who keep going to meeting and having those, I think the last time the meeting they went to, I think they said it were 8 people in the meeting. Mr. Parker, his family, and Mr. Boya, his family, and somebody in administration in the family, and that was it. And that's the first thing you have to try to tackle, you try to look after. If you start seeing meetings that used to be jam-packed, people would be there. They are very much enthusiastic to talk about the issues of the community. Now it reached the point where only you and your immediate family going for a meeting, you have to know that something is wrong, something worth discussing. This skeleton in the closet here that we had in that put it outside. Let's discuss it. Let's ask the people why. Let's even come up with a survey to ascertain why people is not showing or why people lost interest in this thing that we so cherish. It's not about being defending. You can defend by CDC or sedition. And people want to know how to sing for every defense they have. You reach that level, yeah? So you can really defend. The people have different protocol, all the platforms say, yeah, I call from look for defend for all the other defend for my guild, defend for the you can defend. You serving community. You already know it's 501c3. Everything you have is voluntary. People donating is voluntary. Explain to them better. This is your donation. And when you donate, this is why your money go to. That's it. That's how it works. 501c3. You should be giving people 1099. You don't do that. People pay dues. Yeah, come to an end. You don't do it. The people who pay the dues, you call them member. Now you say they're not member. They are stakeholders. When was the last time you called stakeholder meetings? When you call a meeting, how do you refer to them? Stakeholders, we have a meeting, you come for stakeholder meeting. They put it sound so stupid. I swear. That's why I'm saying that here and thinking about how dumb you people can behave. It gets to me. It gets to me, seriously. I think Mr. Parker needs some time to breathe. He needs some time to breathe. He need to say to himself, okay, you know what? I understand things are not the way it is, and I need to talk to myself. And the little Mickey Mouse around me who keep telling me everything is okay. Everything is not okay. Everything is not okay. Mr. Parker, you yourself got to tell yourself that first. If you need help, you have to acknowledge that you need help. We understand you bereaved. Yeah. Nobody can take certain amount of time to be to moon. We understand. But when things of sensitive nature come out that worth discussing, discuss it. Address it and let it go. You see, the old people got a saying, they say, a stitch in time, save 9. A stitch in time, save 9. Which means when you have one hole to your trouser belt and you sew it as soon as possible, it saves the trouser from creating more holes. We never went to court. The first time the court case started, we'll talk about it. You say, oh, we hateful. Okay. Now we want to court. What happened? We lost how many $1,000? We lost like $10,000 on lawyering. The lawyer either on free. Now you had a provision in the Constitution that you're extracted to use, and you know it, that can exonerate you. Instead of you using it to go exonerate yourself as quick as possible, do not pay nothing. You pay $10,000 and use that same clause to bring more noise in the community. And which, of course, it make absolutely 0 cents. 0 cents. The thing you can do for yourself, but you're going to pay somebody to do it for you. You already have a strong point. You say, okay, they order one here, we don't have it for them. And the thing about it, the thing that made me vex is that the portion of the Constitution that Mr. Parker and Mr. George use, I tell them, say, y'all bring it or you go use it. No. They've been keeping it. I know the very day they said, well, we're going to carry it and give it to our lawyer, and our lawyer will use it, but people will not see it. I don't know what I think it from. Because the first thing you have to know, any document you file to the court is a public knowledge. That document will be uploaded to the cloud. Anybody who searched that case can go there and print all of the documents, all of those exhibits, and take them down. How do you think I went and collected all the documents? All the documents. Where do you think I took them from? That document that you filed to the court. All the exhibits are documents that you filed to the court. All the lawyer fees. How am I to get lawyer fees? So this is not our making. So when I see people sit down and talk about, oh, they got it, they are hateful. In fact, they just want the paper to not succeed. The 501c3 organization, it ain't matter about succeed or not succeed. What matter here is that the people you're serving, serve them well. Play your little part. You're on a stage now. You want to leave tomorrow, 2025 is next year. You want for people to say, Parker had the best administration ever in this community. And this is why we can point to the Parker legacy. What is Mr. Parker legacy? Now when you ask me, what is Mr. Parker legacy? What do I say? Mr. Parker that Bobo, the vice president that Bobo. That all the legacy I can count right now. So when we start clowning some time and asking community members to win $20 to win $50, we say which administration where the president, vice president, and Bobo here for 3 years. We say Parker's administration, and we don't want it that way. We don't want it that way. We need an administration here where we can intellectualize the discussions. When we see a problem, we can come together collectively as a community and discuss that problem and fix it together and move on. You can categorize certain group of people to be hateful, certain group of people to be the people that don't want to see the community succeed, and certain group of people that's those that want to see the community succeed, and which of course is wrong. Everybody I want to help. Why are you think we're talking? We're talking because we're playing our part. We're talking because we're playing our part. Everyone here playing their part. So everybody cannot do the same thing. Everybody cannot praise sing. And one thing about me, I have these characteristics that I don't praise sing. I don't praise sing. My part about me said, you ain't expect me to sing his praises. Hell to the no. I can't sing no praises for anybody if you're not doing the right thing. If you're doing the right thing, we talk about it. if there's some benchmark, there's some example that you set in this community, there's some legacy project that you undertake in this community, we'll talk about it. There's no need to talk about things that you don't that make sense. All right, so if you're just joining us, welcome to the Logan's Hour. You're on one of our motivational session. And again, before you can leave today, we have the St. Francis Alumni Association of the diaspora. They having their annual conference will be coming up, and those of you who would love to visit, it's gonna be on Friday, October the 18th, 2024. That is the meet and greet. On Saturday, October 19th, 2024, that's going to be the meeting. And the meeting going to be from 10 a.m. And on Saturday, the same Saturday, okay. Saturday is the same 19th, 2024, it'll be the convention. And the convention will be 7 p.m. Saturday, the convention. Come enjoy yourself, 7 p.m. And the address is going to be at 6213 La Paz Trail, Indianapolis, Indiana, 46268. For some of you who live in the Liberian community, it's where they have the Life Connect Church. So you can just put that 6213 La Paz Trail, Indianapolis, Indiana, 46268 is where you have the Life Connect Church. So the ticket will be sold at the entrance for $20. $20 for the ticket. Some of you who want to donate, you can donate more. You can pay more if you want. For regular and for Patreon, you can also pay $25, at least $25 for Patreon. So it'll be a simple thing to stop by and patronize. So we're gonna take a short little break. We're gonna be right back. So don't go away, sticking still as we come right back for you. This is the Logan's Hour. All right. So we have been here for a little while now, and those of you who join us, we want to say thank you. Today we are not in our element, to be yelling. We just wanted to go clear and precise that everybody will understand why we came here today, just to talk about a few of the things we talked about last week. And I know if they won't get vets again, they can get vet. You can carry your Bobo legacy. If that why you won't carry at the end of the day, Bobo legacy, that's it. They can carry Bobo legacy. But the issue that has to do with the amendment within the Constitution, if it's not discussed adequately and digested by the community members and accepted, I don't see a way forward. So the best the president can do, humble yourself as a president. You got a president. You have the biggest position in the community. You got like a twin father now. You can roll on your left too high. You can roll on your right too high because you have children all around. And two, you are the president of this association called the Liberian Association of Indiana, which is a non-for-profit organization, and it is a private organization. So I want the people of this community to understand it's not an association for all Liberians. It is a private organization. So we have to respect that. So let's see where Mr. Ernest Samuel said. Ernest Samuel said, my biggest problem with this whole thing is that old or older people who are supposed to be looking up to for guardians and direction deceiving us. In my Liberian voice, they beat us with spew. That's it. Mr. Jeremiah Saleh. He said, like when coming got sued for fingering the CPP document. Now the scene is happening in Indiana. Not me. That the Saleh say that honest I'm not saying anyone yet. So there are so many things we can talk about. There are so many things that are not right. But before I leave again, I want to say happy big birthday to my own big brother, Mr. Otis Yane. Otis Yane celebrates his birthday today. And I see my own man here, Lincoln Blue Jay. How are you, Lincoln? It's been a while, baby. Lincoln Blue Jay. I've been playing in baby. So some of y'all now, because you're not living in America so long, y'all know the American culture. When people say baby, you say, oh, the man call you from man, baby. That man play ni baby. I know in La Brogan say play ni. The people can say what? Always knew us or commonly knew us. Okay, so those are all I've been knowing him from small or from the time we've been knowing him. He got a play name they call baby. So I want to see. I say Lincoln Blowji, how are you, baby? Then he say, oh, the man call your friend, man, baby. Yeah, nah, I gotta make it clear to my brother. You know the country will leave you today. Like we say, baby, we say, oh, the man part of all right, so we have been here for some time now, my people. We're begging you. We gone, I think 1 hour, and we intended to be here just for 1 hour, but we've gone 1 hour 8 minutes. And we want to say to all of you here, thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to seeing you again, and we're gonna be here again on today is what? Thursday. Oh, today Thursday. The time moves so fast. I forgot Tuesday. Okay, so today is Thursday. We're gonna be here again. Oh wow, today's second birthday again. My man, happy birthday to you. So today, everybody. Yeah, anyway, sorry for that. I was asleep. Yeah. Second happy birthday to you, my dear brother. Thank you so much, baby, for telling me. Oh, yeah, Ziki. Oh, yeah, that's Ziki talking about. Yeah, today our man Otis Yana and Ziki boy. I thought that different person talking about today's Ziki boy birthday. Today's Ziki boy 10-1, man. Ziggy boy. My man, no, if I don't know if my boy on the show live right now, but I know he's sleeping right now in Labrador. It's what's the time in Labrador? Let me see the time in Labrador right now. No. If it ain't too late, I'll call Ziggy boy right now. 11:42. Let him man sleep. All right, so we want to say thanks to everybody. Thanks for all those who joined us. We look forward to seeing you again on Tuesday. And Tuesday we're going to have a very, very heated show here. We're going to have a very heated show. We got somebody who want to talk about this entire court proceeding. And that person, I won't call that person title. That person is a legal person. And that person have digested all of these documents. And the person want to give their perspective. But the person says, cross my finger if they are not too basic and if the internet will serve them well. And the person live in Liberia. So we pray the internet works well. The person will come and give us his extra legal knowledge on this whole court proceeding. But from what he said to me on the phone, he said, well, I've read so far, the organization cannot go any further until all of these things are made clear to those who pay their dues. You see, as far as are concerned, the organization has no members, and anybody who paying the dues, you are doing it voluntarily. So if you keep paying it voluntarily, you can hold the organization for anything. It's like a old folks home or maybe a charitable organization who out there say, please help us. So when you give a check, you don't expect anything in return. But you can also give instruction as to how you want your money to be used. So he would love to talk about some of those things when he come up here. So again, we want to say thank you so much to all of you who follow us today. We look forward to seeing you again. Today was a pleasing pleasure to be here serving you. And don't forget, my name is Philip. So you guys got to see Hotel Logan. Until we meet again, we want to say bye-bye, close the door, and peace. Yeah. All right. So we say salam. Peace.